What is up, guys? Welcome to another video, and today we are here for some more Need for Speed Payback, and today we're going to talk about all the customization options that we are available of. Why can't I ever just say it right first time? Why do I always have to do multiple takes? We're going to go through all the customization options that we know are currently in the game. We're going to go through every single thing that we know, everything that was showed at the E3 trailer, everything that we know outside of that, and just go from there, basically. There's a lot of options. When I was actually writing the list through, because I've done this all myself, I haven't used any of the sources. This is completely from just looking through the trailers and the gameplay and stuff. I looked through all of it and I was like, that is a lot of options. And keep in mind, more options could be possibly coming in the future. I know neon is not currently a thing, however, it could be something in the future. Keep in mind that everything you've seen so far is not the finished game, and, you know, things could be added, you know, later on down the line, as things were added for Need for Speed 2015. Now, before we go ahead and actually, you know, go through the customization options, I want to give a shout out to Theo, Black Panther. He provided a lot of this gameplay, and I can't thank him enough for it. He's making all this possible, so I'll put his link down in the description if you don't already know who he is. I'm assuming most of you would. Now, with all that, you know, out of the way, let's go ahead and get straight into this little customization thing. So now I'm going to bring some scrolling text of all the customization options I noted whilst looking through gameplay and stuff. There may be a few which is missing, but this is everything I noticed. So we've got front bumpers, side skirts, rear bumpers, front fenders, rear fenders, hoods, roof options, spoilers, roof lights, which were only for the VW Beetle in the E3 demo, front canards, rear canards, splitter, diffuser, tyre smoke, NOS colour, side mirrors, grills, headlights, tail lights, window tint, exhaust, license plates, tyres, rims, and obviously super builds. I'm just going to let that scroll through just in case you didn't hear, you know, everything I said. You guys can also read, so I will leave that scrolling now. A lot of freaking options when you look at it on the thing. That's a lot of options. Now, everything in red is stuff that has been confirmed elsewhere and not in the E3 demo. For example, tyre smoke and NOS colour are not in the E3 demo, but we know that's going to be a customization feature because they're actually pre-order bonuses for the deluxe edition. You will still be able to get NOS colour even if you don't have the deluxe edition, but if you do have the deluxe edition, you're going to have early access to tyre smoke and NOS of a specific colour earlier on in the game, just as you would with the, you know, the early cars you get as well. All those cars that are in the deluxe edition you'll still get in the normal version. It's just you get them earlier in the game, like kind of like a Forza rewards program almost. So now I've quickly listed everything here. I just want to talk about everything specifically, the differences from 2015 to Payback, and, you know, what we're going to see from this specifically, and how I think it differs a lot from 2015, because I think a lot of it does change. Without a doubt, this is the most in-depth customization we've had in a racing game since Need for Speed 2015. I can't think of any of the racing games which, like, rival this in terms of actual customization. There's so many options in this. It's just a bit of a joke, really. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about, you know, the bumper options first. So I'm going to categorize this in front bumper, rear bumper, side skirts, front fender, rear fender. These are body kit options. Let's just make it simple. They're kind of categorized into these separate things, but they're body kit options. Now, note one thing: the body kit option that was previously in Need for Speed 2015 has now gone. That means you can completely mix and match any customization option you want, which in my opinion is pretty freaking cool. So for example, if you were to get an R35, which I'm pretty sure is going to be in this game, you could have a Liberty Walk front end and a Rocket Bunny back end, provided that everything fits. For example, some of the diffusers won't actually fit with the exhaust, as in, like, the exhaust won't fit through, but if everything fits and everything's compatible, it will work. It's not like 2015 where parts are locked off because manufacturers don't want something to be used. It seems like they've got away with that in terms of licensing. So if you want a Liberty Walk back end and a Rocket Bunny front end, you can do that. I think it was seen in the trailer with the 350. A lot of people actually put the Varis front end on. I think it was Varis. Was it Varis or Voltex? It was a Voltex front end and a rear end straight from Rocket Bunny. That was really cool. You can even have the Voltex front end with a Rocket Bunny splitter. So there's a lot you can do with this. Being able to mix and match is going to completely change the game, kind of reminiscent to the old Underground games, but again, don't think you can really compare it to those because of the licensing. These are actually real parts, as well as made up parts. There's a lot more made up parts in this game, and they actually have their own specific brand. So I'm not sure if you guys have seen the Alchemist logo around the customization menus. That is one of the new in-game brands. So as well as having just normal Need for Speed parts, you can have Alchemist parts and Outlaw parts, which is pretty cool to see that they've actually added some in-game, you know, brands. So moving on from that, we're going to go ahead and talk about hood, roof, and spoiler. So pretty self-explanatory. Again, they're very similar to body options. mix and match is still a thing. Carbon fiber is a thing for select ones. You can't turn it off or on, which I think is something they definitely needed to improve, because that would be pretty cool. It's not like a game breaking feature or anything. It just would be cool to turn off carbon fiber for certain things. And again, like usual, it's just completely mad. And the roof options, now this is interesting. So this was only for the VW Beetle, and I noticed that you could actually change the options for the roof. So you could put a sunroof on, and you could put all types of things. You could actually put roof lights on as well. So that was pretty cool. And the spoilers are also just, you know, as crazy as ever. We've got mad drag wings. We've got, you know, obviously the Rocket Bunny and APR stuff we saw previously. Keeping that variation in the game, something which I'm looking forward to messing around with on launch. That's really it. Next, we're going to talk about front canards, rear canards, splitters, and diffusers. So again, similar to body options, mix and match. As long as everything fits with each part, you're going to be able to use it, which again is pretty cool. So if you want a Rocket Bunny diffuser, but I don't know, a BRZ backend, like a stock BRZ backend, you can do that. So again, very similar to, you know, the front bumpers and the rear bumpers and stuff. Now we come into the interesting stuff, which we haven't actually seen gameplay of yet, but has been confirmed: the tire smoke and the NOS color. So like I said earlier, these are in red for a reason. We haven't seen gameplay of this, but we know it's been confirmed, and I think it's really, really cool. I think honestly, with tire smoke, how that's going to look in Frostbite, it's going to be absolutely insane. It's going to provide for some really good kind of cinematic opportunities for a lot of YouTubers, I know. And I think overall, NOS color as well. Not something I've seen since Midnight Club 3, I don't think. If there's a game that does that, please let me know in the comment section down below, because I can't think of any game since Midnight Club 3 that has done NOS color. That is just such a specific thing. But again, it shows that there is a lot more customization to come that we haven't already seen. Now, I'm not saying there's going to be groundbreaking, you know, revolutionary things that are coming, because I think a lot of the bulk things were shown at E3. I don't think they would have missed any bulk things at E3. But little things like tire smoke, like NOS color, can still appear. Neon isn't a thing yet. Nothing has been said about neon. I do pray to God neon is a thing though, because it should have been a thing in the last game. So with NOS color, I'm not sure how it's going to work. I'm not sure if you're going to unlock specific colors as you go. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to purchase colors. Again, with tire smoke, I'm not sure how that's going to work. Are you going to have to, you know, purchase tire smoke, or are you going to be gifted it? Again, we don't know how any of this is going to work, because in the deluxe edition, you actually get given 5 NOS color options. So, you know, how that's actually going to work in the customization menus, we're not sure. It could be a performance option. It could be, you know, when you install the NOS in the performance section, you get to pick the color of it in there as well. So, I mean, it's still visual, but it's in a different menu sort of thing. We don't know how it's going to work, but in the end of the day, it's looking pretty cool regardless, and I can't wait to see how it actually pans out when we get gameplay of that, because again, it's a pretty intricate thing to add. Right, so moving swiftly on, we've got side mirrors, which again, pretty self-explanatory. That was in the last game, so if you want, you know, side mirrors on the fenders, you can do that. If you want them on the actual, like, side arch, you can do that. The A-pillars, you can do that. You also got grills, so on the M4, I know specifically, you can either have the stock grill or the chrome grill, so you know, seeing variation of that is also very cool. Headlights and tail lights, so again, similar to the last game, I think there's going to be a lot more options for this. I know there was for the Beetle. I think the Beetle was described by LPN as the BRZ of this demo. You know, it's got all the customization options. It looks absolutely insane, and it looks pretty cool. Pretty cool. So you know, again, similar to the last game, expect like Valenti tail lights for your BRZs. Expect, you know, color shop. I think it was LED glow or something across those lines for, you know, some of the other cars like the RX-7. Expect those types of things, and especially with the headlights as well. I think that's going to get a lot more variation in this game. Not to mention the fact that you can actually tint your headlights as well. I was about to forget to mention that. So if you want to have yellow tail lights with a red car, that combination goes really, really nice. You can do that. You can put a headlight tint on your headlights, which I think is honestly, again, a very small thing, but it goes a long way into making your car look like your own. So moving on down, we've got window tint, which I'm not going to explain. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can't change the color of the window tint, but that can kind of be sorted in the wrap editor if you're clever about it. Exhaust, again, similar to the last game, as long as it fits with what other parts you've got, it will work. There's no manufacturer restriction on it like there was in the last game. It's not like Rocket Bunny don't want you to put a Liberty Walk exhaust or whatever. You can do whatever you want now. So as long as the part fits, it will work. We've got license plates coming back, so obviously we've got the frames you can change, the text you can change, and the holder you can change. We've got tires. This time around, there's not just road tires. We've got slick tires. We've got drag tires. You can stretch them out. You can you can put text on them. So if you want speed hunters on the side, you can do that. It's not like the wrap editor, they're preset text, but you can put text on the tires like you could in the last game. One thing I think is really cool is the fact that you can put slicks and drags on them. I don't think it's going to have any performance, difference in the game because it's in a visual option, but you can do it regardless. We've got, rims, as we kind of expected from the last game, so you can put rims, we can put one on the rear, one on the front, and they can make them different if you want. You can change the color of the rims, you can change the size of the rims, you can change the brake calipers, the brake discs if you want. If you want a different type of disc on your car, you can change that. There's a lot of options with the rims and the kind of wheel as a whole. The brake discs and the brake calipers and stuff are all things we could do in the last game. Note, for the actual brake calipers, you can't change the color of the brake calipers, but there's different options of colors for the brake calipers. It's not like older Need for Speeds where, you'd go into paint and you'd paint the calipers a different color. It's more of a case of, here's preset colors, pick one of your colors. Which, again, it'd be nice to see if you could paint them, but, there's still time. Maybe they're going to put it in an update in the future. Maybe we'll see it in the next game. Who knows? But for now, I think we're just going to keep it how it is from Need for Speed 2015. I think that was pretty much everything I noted. Obviously, there's stance tuning as well, which you've probably seen at some point in this video. But that's, yeah, pretty much it, really. I say pretty much it, like that's not a lot of customization options. That is a shit ton of customization options. There's so much in this game. I keep saying this, it's just a joke. There's so much to do, and I need to get my hands on it now. I want to play the game. Easily my most anticipated racing game coming out this year. I'm also looking very forward to the crew. The more and more I watch of the crew, the more and more I get excited about it. So if that entices you, that it sounds interesting to you, make sure to go ahead and subscribe. I've already got a lot of gameplay and a lot of videos up about racing games at E3. So again, if that interests you, make sure to go ahead and subscribe and have a look at the channel. But that's been it from me today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to go ahead and hit the like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys have been awesome. Stay safe and peace.